over to the screen so you guys can see what exactly is going on.
Definitely. Same leads 3 times. Both players have a win under their belt, and they didn't take any time to think about that. It was just, it looks like Paul is actually already chosen his moves. We're going to see the detect on the Lucario.
Oh my gosh. Kotaro switching it up every single time here. Spiky shield, so essentially a double protect on this one for Kotaro on the top. Gets the Thunder Wave off and the Rock Slide here for Garchomp.
That's not a bad decision because he's kind of playing the moody game right now. We're going to see what the boost will be. The defense sharply raises and his evasiveness falls. So that's one of the evasiveness falling, I think, is one of the best things you can hope for because honestly, it doesn't let you depend on moves missing.
Yes, exactly here. Follow Me now from Lucario, which we saw turn 1 last game, and this could be huge depending on what Paul has chosen here.
Okay, so it looks like Paul went ahead and went for the Thunder Wave. It's going to connect on the Lucario. What will the Garchomp go for, though?
It's another Rock Slide. Here it is, and will he pick up the flinch? This is the question. Is it? Oh! The Spear Guard flinch! The crowd's going absolutely insane!
You can hear them just applauding and freaking out. You called it, dude! Honestly, I wasn't even thinking about flinch. I was just like, that's going to do nothing. He just got a defense increase. Oh my gosh, but then the flinch!
It really happened. This is the World Championships, and you never know what's going to come next. A Follow Me from Lucario again. Will the Smeargle be able to handle it? The taunt actually going into that Lucario slot now.
Just going to shut down any potential follow me's or detects.
And the Dark Void does actually end out here.
Is it going to connect on both Pokemon? It is going to connect on both Pokemon. Oh my goodness.
And I believe I heard the miss.
Yep.
Miss
You heard that chant? I heard that chant. Oh my goodness.
And now it looks like Kotaro will be in a position to start setting up.
Absolutely. I mean, we've seen he just got a speed boost from Moody, and the special attack is going to drop. But we've seen Kotaro do some amazing things with this team already. That last match, that last battle still has me a little jittery. I'm not going to try to pretend I'm not, but it's going to be insane. Once both those Pokemon are asleep, it's an uphill battle for Paul.
Yes, definitely there. Now, we could see a turn 2 Wake again for Paul here. That would be absolutely huge. Definitely not down and out with 2 Pokemon asleep, but we get the withdraw on Lucario from Kotaro on the top there. And we will see a switch into the Salamence. Is going to get off a nice little Intimidate here into that Garchomp slot, as well as the Thundurus, but won't really do too much. We saw this Thundurus is really a disruptor. Looks like Thundurus will go ahead and continue to sleep here for this turn, and Smeargle is setting up again. The Geomancy play does come out, and Jonathan, of course, here is mesmerized by the colors.
I am. It's such a fantastic animation. Here comes the best part, guys. You see the pink little rings come up, and then all of this it's beautiful. It's fantastic. You don't see it too often, I feel like. I mean, Smeargle, this is one of his sets for sure, but it's just incredible. We see Garchomp staying asleep. That sand is too darn comfortable.
And Smeargle did get that speed boost here,
and now it looks like he got a special defense boost this time and an attack drop. So both attack and special attack have been dropped at one point, which I don't think is Kotaro's. I don't think he likes that. I think he wants to be offensive. He brings the Salamence. We saw how much work that the Salamence can do and how much destruction it can bring to the field, but passing off any negative stats is going to be kind of a drag.
Unfortunately here, and it looks like both of our trainers already choosing their moves here very, very fast. Salamence now going Mega here for Kotaro on the top screen there, and Paul, oh my gosh, gets the turn 2 Wake Up.
Wow!
The taunt goes off into that Smeargle slot. Cannot use Heart Swap after that, and Garchomp still asleep though, but the Heart Swap, this could be big. And a Dragon Pulse actually targeting the slot of the Thundurus there, going to take it down to 59 off of critical hit, proccing the Citrus Berry here, and that was a pretty big Wake Up.
My jaw was down the entire time as soon as Thundurus.
You're going to have to adjust your mic.
I really, hold on, all right, we're good. It's a lot lower now. Yeah, like seriously, that was incredible. Getting that Wake Up and Taunt completely made that Smeargle useless right now because we've seen its entire moveset. It's not doing anything. It's struggling or it's switching out, and Paul knows that. Garchomp, of course, left for 2 turns already, and that was huge. That was huge. Had the Heart Swap gone off, I believe that the Dragon Pulse, I wasn't sure if Smeargle had actually ever gotten an increase. I know that it got a decrease in special attack, but had it got even 1, I believe that crit would have done the Thundurus in with a +1 special attack.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
And we get the Protect now from Salamence here for Kotaro there.
And Smeargle just staying in. We're going to see a Thunder Wave go off, but Salamence protects itself. Smeargle going for the struggle, doing all of 4 hit points of damage, taking even more from the Rough Skin from that Garchomp. And damage by the recoil right there. Garchomp wakes up, goes for the Earthquake. I think Kotaro just knew that Smeargle's time was kind of over.
Yeah, there was no point in risking a switch into a Pokemon, but Smeargle, showing that defense boost there. Evasiveness now raising for Smeargle.
Oh my goodness. It does only, I believe it only has +1 evasiveness because it did get a drop early on, but still, +1 evasiveness can mean anything.
No.
Smeargle is a mixed bag.
Yeah.
He's a box of chocolates. You just don't know what you're going to get. It's fantastic.
A lot on the line here, guys. Again, if you're just tuning in, this is game number 3 from match number 1 of the Pokemon World Championships. $500,000 in total prizing at stake. These players looking to get a little piece of that by going on.
Absolutely. Along with that prizing, the title of World Champion on the line.
And now we do actually see the switch of Smeargle here for Kotaro on the top. Paul just looking on, waiting to see what we get. It's going to be that Lucario here. And Paul actually switching as well, bringing Porygon onto the field here. And Porygon's going to go ahead and download, gets the special attack boost. Thunder Wave from Thundurus going to go ahead and slow down this Mega Salamence. And it may be paralyzed, but no, manages to get off a Dragon Pulse here. And who does it target? Where is it going? Into the Porygon slot. Porygon eating it up, down to 138 hit points.
Of course, Porygon 2, known for its defenses, being able to take hits and eat it up. Yes. Absolutely. Now with Lucario and Salamence both paralyzed, I think Paul is in a very, very good spot. Feeling comfortable. No stats were passed off thanks to that taunt a couple turns ago. And I think it is a little troublesome switching your Porygon 2 into a Lucario switch. Obviously, you're kind of afraid of that fighting attacks that can hit you for super effective damage. But it is paralyzed, and we saw Porygon 2 get that special attack increase. So that could end up being trouble for Kotaro.
Yeah, it could be very, very scary depending on the moveset of this Porygon. But I'm guessing it's maybe got something to deal with one of these Pokemon. A Follow Me here from Lucario now. This could be absolutely huge. Thunderbolt from Thundurus. I don't think it's going to be enough to take it down to the sash here. Lucario hanging on. He will take a secondary attack here, so it's a double Thunderbolt into Lucario slot. It will faint and go back to its trainer here, but will Salamence hit through, and what move has been chosen? It's a Hyper Voice into these two Pokemon here, and no, without the stat boost, it's just really unable to do enough damage here.
Absolutely. Like we said, Porygon 2, super defensive, and Thundurus being part electric type, resist that aerialated Hyper Voice. So we're going to see the Aurorus actually come out to the field for Kotaro, which it's going to be interesting to see how he plays it without those possible stat boosts, considering Smeargle did not hit the field again.
And what's interesting about Kotaro, chose the same 4 Pokemon, I believe, in all 3 games.
Yeah, he did. Maybe his 2 Pokemon that he has are just to deal with certain threats that he feels really weighs down his team. The Altaria and the Chandelure, which both look like other potential targets for the Heart Swap. We're going to see the Salamence goes for Protect as the Thunder Wave into the Aurorus, going to be slowing it down. Potential full paralysis. We've seen it before. Aurorus has a tendency to be fully paralyzed. And there it is, just as I say it, fully paralyzed. And an Ice Beam going to be protected by that Salamence, so it's a no-go for Paul on that turn.
That Aurorus just having no luck today.
Dude, it's got 4 legs, but you can see how much bigger its body is. So once it's paralyzed, it's kind of just hard to bring that thing along. You can't walk over to the other side of the field. It's struggling.
Yeah, it is. Well, we saw Smeargle struggling a little bit.
Yeah, we did. But it seems like Aurorus has the consistency of inconsistency.
Yeah, that is absolutely brutal. Aurorus, it would have been really nice to get a move off here. We saw it still does have a decent amount of power here and might have been able to do something. The Swagger now getting fired off into that slot, so going to raise its attack stat, but also confuse it. So Aurorus is in a bad situation here, paralyzed, confused. Ice Beam from Porygon 2, most likely targeting down that Salamence slot, and will do a ton of damage here. Does he pick up the drop on the Mega? Yes, Salamence will faint and go back to Kotaro here, and Kotaro, I believe, is left with just a Smeargle and Aurorus here. Aurorus is confused. He uses Hyper Voice through the confusion here. Wow. Will he be able to do enough damage? Thundurus does not hang on, but I think Porygon 2 is still on the field. Absolutely.
We can see that Kotaro did go for that last-ditch effort Protect with the Salamence before that Ice Beam went off, because he knew it was coming. He saw the Ice Beam. He saw it coming from a mile away, but unfortunately, getting a double Protect is not the easiest thing in the world. So Kotaro is just left with a very, very unhealthy Smeargle and an Aurorus who is paralyzed. And of course, paralysis chance, in case you guys don't know at home, 25% chance to fully paralyze.
Yeah, we get the spiky shield now from Smeargle there. Aurorus is confused, and it's itself in confusion. Oh no, Garchomp, Earthquake. Smeargle does protect itself, but I think we've seen it before. Aurorus cannot handle these Earthquakes, even fainting his own Porygon, too.
At the cost of getting, at the cost of fainting that Aurorus, he waited at that point. Porygon 2 was pretty low. Smeargle Spiky Shield was pretty obvious. We're going to see the Moody. Let's see what stats change. Special defense is going to increase, and speed is going to fall. That was probably just an completely ineffective Moody turn for Kotaro, because we have the Garchomp on the field, which of course has been showing us all these physical moves.
And it does look like we will see the Mawile now for Paul, who has this game pretty much wrapped up at this point.
Absolutely. And it's crazy to see. I'm just looking at the battle clock now. It's down to 4 minutes left, but we're going to see the Mega Mawile come in. The Smeargle did have the speed drop, so it won't be outspeeding anything on the field right now. We can see that last turn when the Aurorus did hit itself in confusion, it was going first, so he was going for some priority type move. And we're going to see the Dragon Claw connect on the Smeargle, take it out, and both players shake hands and say good game for match 1 of Pokemon Worlds here in Boston.
That is absolutely huge, huge for Paul. And Kotaro now will have a little bit of an uphill battle for the rest of the day.
Yeah, of course. Going into round 2 with a loss already,